Oh my gosh, and we're back.
And we are back.
Back again.
Guess who's back?
Tell a
friend.
Friend. Naysayer. Let a naysayer know. I'm so glad you knew where I was going with that. But obviously, welcome back to the H.A.B. podcast. We have three of our dear friends back with us again. Sherrie, who is back after ruining our last episode and making it to where we could not post it.
Damn.
So we're just going to go ahead and get that out of the way. But obviously, Sherrie, introduce yourself. I don't know if she heard us or not, but Sherrie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. So I'm Sherrie, the ruiner of podcasts, apparently.
The ruiner of podcasts.
The ruiner of podcasts, you know, internet issues. But I'm Tyler's friend from what, like 5 years ago now?
Yeah, about 5 years ago. Yeah.
It's got to be 5 years ago from Patriotic Pump that does not yet exist anymore. So, and then
just like Mariah.
From Tyler, so yeah.
That was only 5 years ago?
It was like
I came in after, I think, you guys started. I came in kind of late. So it's been longer for you guys.
Okay.
I was like the OG. I think we've established that, but like I was like one of the first ones, if not the first guy, to be an ambassador for that now deceased clothing brand.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. It was good quality stuff, I'll be honest. I still have a couple shirts.
I think
They don't
I
fit
do
me
too.
anymore. But yeah.
I remember you were all about that when it first came out.
Yeah, I was.
He was.
But then anybody who listens to our podcast, you guys should obviously know Manny and Mariah.
Yep. From the Gray Path.
Good old Gray Path podcast. Dear friends.
Who earlier this month celebrated their year of podcasting. So good
Okay.
job.
That's what you
Congrats
guys
to
go.
guys.
Thank you.
Round of applause. For the old Manny and Mariah. You guys over here killing it, killing the
Gray
game. Obviously following that Gray Path, which is definitely the dopest path to go down.
Right.
Because, you know, the Jedi suck, and the evil guys aren't evil. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I'm skipping a step.
Yeah, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So this is episode 29.
Episode 29 for us.
Episode 9.
29?
About a year and a half.
Yep. 29.
Year and a half of us doing this now.
Almost a dirty 30, and we are now doing our Acolyte review.
Finally.
Okay, it's been a couple weeks since the show is over. It's been some weeks for us to kind of process and
Go to therapy.
and kind of just take it all in. You know, just kind of yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to sugarcoat it.
To
The
help-
show fucking sucked.
To get over our suicidal thoughts.
But we'll wait for that. We'll wait to save that.
Because, we are a couple of guys
Living life.
being hater ass bitches.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. As Sherrie keeps destroying all our podcasts.
I know,
so.
it's okay. I know.
And then
We've
Mariah
recorded,
loves killing all of our
We've recorded
childhood
like 15
idols.
episodes, and then Sherrie's like, bam, I'm hopping on and fucking your shit up.
Yeah. I'm just glad that
It
Manny's
was a
here.
lesson learned. You're welcome.
Right.
Also,
But I'm just glad that Manny's here because he's the one who, gets us.
right.
He's the one who supports us.
So,
He's
also,
a dear friend who loves us and does not destroy our podcast or kill our childhood heroes.
right.
So,
So speaking of that, before we get into our review, I had a realization last week or 2 weeks ago that about six years ago or so, I got to take a photo op with Papa Palps, as our friend Jesse likes to call him, Ian McDermott. I took a dual photo with Ian McDermott, Palpatine, and Ray Park, who played Darth Maul.
Uh-huh.
And just 4 months ago, maybe 4 months ago. Well, it's March, end of March.
what?
You met Anakin.
Yeah, 4 months ago.
So I realized that I had gotten to meet 2 out of the 3 Darth Sidious apprentices, and I never got the opportunity to meet the one in the middle because our dear friend Mariah went on a fucking killing spree. So thank you for that, Mariah.
You're welcome.
Murder him.
Killed Christopher Lee
in cold blood.
And we have proof. Check the H.A.B. podcast Instagram. We do have proof.
We do. There's video evidence that this murder did take place. So great podcast so far, but All right, Tyler.
I had it clocked in at 7 minutes that you were going to mention that, so you beat me by 2 minutes.
Fuck yeah.
They mentioned about Mariah killing Christopher Lee.
Let's go.
I was like, within the first 7 minutes.
I'll never live it down.
I mean, understandably so. We are both still traumatized
Yeah.
and trying to grieve his loss appropriately.
It is the running joke because Mariah is still running from the law. So,
Oh my god.
She is.
That's why she changes her hair color so much.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so really quick, before we get started, I did put out a Instagram post today, a story that you all shared. So thank you for that. Getting some reviews just to see if anybody watched it. Only a couple.
See if anybody watched it.
Only a couple people responded, which is fine. Our dear friend Craigo, Dustin Craigo,
Also friend of the podcast, been
also
on a
friend of
couple
the
episodes.
podcast, he
Recording in an abandoned mall with us.
Yep. He said that the Star Wars Acolyte show as a whole was a 2.5.
He said
only
2.
because of Star Wars.
He said 2.
He said 2?
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. And then
Only because it was Star Wars.
if it wasn't Star Wars, it would be half a star out of 10.
45 out of 10. What other responded did you get?
So this other Synergy 42 on Instagram. So thank you for responding. I thought the fighting was amazing. I don't understand all the hate. And my friend, if you watch the podcast, we will explain all the hate. And our friend Jesse said it was visually good. Story felt weak and wish-washy at times. Choice of certain cameos, So we'll definitely touch on that topic as well. So, who would like to start? Who would like to give their overall thoughts? Who's the most positive? Let's start off
I
with
feel
some
like I'm
positivity.
the most positive.
Let me end with some positivity.
Honestly, you know who I kind of want to hear from first?
Who?
I kind of want to hear from Manny first. I feel like Manny is going to be the one who's really going to set the tone here.
All right, let's do it.
Manny, do you want to go first?
All right, I'll go first. So when Mariah hit me up about this, I fully went in with the intention of just like bashing. But then I was like, let's re-watch the whole episode from episode 1 until episode, 8, I think there was in there. And I think my initial response in our episode the last time, what did I do, Mariah? 3.5?
I think you said a
4.5
4.
or something like that.
Like a 4.
Yeah, I think I said like a 4.5. There's little things that I picked up on this second time around that I didn't catch the first time. I liked the outfits and the core.
Is someone calling you?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I
I got the alert there,
yeah.
too.
I literally told my kid. Sorry.
I was like, shit, it's
You're
me
good, buddy.
messing up again.
I like.
It's always Sherrie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry Sherrie started calling you, Manny.
It's like PTSD. I'm so sorry.
So I liked the fight choreography, and the style of the Jedi robes. I thought that was pretty cool. And I think there was so much hate because of all of the backlash the actors and the director got. The main focus wasn't towards the actual show at first. It was just clickbait of what they said in interviews, which made more people be less enthused to actually watch it. Some of the parts of the story just don't make sense. And the reason why I rated it so low is because they literally took a lot of Anakin's character and diminished it. And that's what I had a problem with. Like, the bleeding of the Kyber crystal, how fast she did it. If you're like a real Star Wars fan, which a lot of people are they are fans, but they don't get that in depth. They don't read the comic books. They don't, they didn't watch the animated series. So if you didn't read that Vader comic, you don't see how hard it was for him to bleed his crystal. So you're almost diminishing the chosen one by making it these two girls. The only way that I could think that they could try and redeem it is somehow Plagueis is going to figure out how to manipulate the Metachlorians because of these girls. Because, like I said, the second time I watched it, you notice Chimere when Mariah, what's the Asian guy's name? Soul?
Soul?
Yeah.
Soul.
So when Soul says that the mother made them out of the Force, you see Chimere like, oh shit, like somebody was talking about that almost moment. So little things like that I picked up on. I was like, damn, I didn't see that. Like in the very first fight scene in the first episode, she notices who May is. She knows who she is. She's like, oh, it's you. But I didn't catch that the first time around. But I don't know, man. I didn't care for it. You know, and it's just one of those.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that like, it's right up there with The Last Jedi.
I like to your point in the first episode, right? I don't want to get to my review, but like just to your point, she pulled her like when she flipped or bent her over. Pause. She
Pause.
like her hair went backwards, and she was like, "Oh," so she saw the marking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. So I mean, it's just yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't catch that in the beginning, probably because I was stuffing my face every time I watched it, so I was more into my food and making sure that I didn't drop no sriracha on myself.
Fair.
But
I mean, I think it's fair with most things, right? Like, you watch something the second time, and like you either gain more appreciation for it, or you find more reasons why you hate it, or you find things that you missed, right? Like that's just how it is with anything. So repetition is key in almost anything, right? Like lifting, anything.
And I don't think the character development that they chose to give you didn't do justice for the characters. I think a lot of the dialogue could have been avoided, and they could have shortened some of the episodes. Like, we didn't have to see a flashback of what happened in episode 7. They should have shown us that in episode 3. And I think it would have made it a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know?
I definitely agree with that. We definitely didn't need an entire episode showing the same thing we already saw.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't really add anything to it.
Episode 7 was basically episode 3 with just a different point of view.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
It literally added nothing to the fucking story.
Yeah. And it just, I don't know.
I think we already knew, honestly.
Yeah. I enjoyed, like I tried to tell my friend, she's a hardcore Sith. Like, she loves the Sith. Like, Bane is her favorite character. And she was just like, I'm not going to watch it. And I was like, you should watch it. Like, there's going to be some parts that you'll enjoy. So I basically told her, watch episode 1, then go to the last 10 minutes of episode 4, watch 5, and then 6, 7, and 8. And then you'll enjoy it a little bit more.
That's fair.
The last 5 minutes of episode 4 pissed me off, though.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good point, though. Like, there is a couple episodes that are pointless this entire fucking thing.
Yeah.
But
and I don't know, man. I can't see now. Maybe they should have shortened it down and only did like 5 or 6 episodes and just jam packed each one of those episodes,
Like a mini series.
Yes, and then split it into 2 parts and continued the story more, because now, okay, so they're on the island. You don't know which island it is, and you don't know if he knows Plagueis or if Plagueis just happens to be there mining the kurtosis.
Can I answer your question?
Yeah.
So Leslie Headland, the director, writer, creator of the show, has come out and confirmed that Plagueis is Chimere's master.
Okay.
But it's like, but she didn't
Couldn't see
explain it in
that.
the show, so it's like, what were you waiting? I don't know. That part I don't get either.
Correct.
But then
Correct.
you contradict yourself then, because it's the rule of 2. So if that's the master, why is he allowing his apprentice to get an apprentice?
Because she's an acolyte.
I mean, to be fair,
To be fair.
Palpatine allowed Dooku to have Ventress.
Yeah, true.
Until he started kind of realizing that it was potential that she was getting real powerful.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though, I will say is Ventress was more of an assassin.
I mean, right, but Dooku obviously had in mind of, let's train her up to become my apprentice and we'll take over.
Yeah, but like...
So, I mean,
But that's what Palpatine saw her as, was an assassin.
Technically, Maul was an assassin.
Right.
Until until Palpatine killed Plagueis, and then he became the apprentice.
Yeah.
Right.
Plagueis.
In Plagueis' eyes, he was an assassin, but in Palpatine's eyes, he was his apprentice.
Right.
So it's the same thing with Ventress, I think.
Yeah.
Dooku looked at her like, this is my apprentice, I'm going to train you up, and then we're going to kill Palpatine, and we're going to take this shit over.
Yeah.
So.
But do you think Plagueis
Sure,
knew
Mariah.
that May and what's her name, Osha, that were
Osha.
created by the Force?
No.
I mean, he has to now.
Yeah.
Here's the thing is, I don't think we know any of these questions, which, once again, going back to Manny's point, so many of these things should have been answered in this entire show. And that's why I feel like some of it is so fucking pointless. It's like, what was the point of any of this? You didn't get us to buy... I guess I'm kind of getting into my review, but they didn't get us to buy into literally anything. Like, storytelling, there's got to be something that buys you in to believing in the good guy or the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like... This movie was like the Michael Bay version of Star Wars. It was just like explosions and special effects.
Right.
And there was no storytelling.
Yeah.
And I mean, here...
Not to cut you.
Before I get into my review, go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
I'll put it to you this way. I didn't enjoy it to the point where I will not be buying any of the action figures that they're coming out with. So
That's a big deal.
That is a big
you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
a big deal.
nope, I didn't pre-order nothing. I haven't bought nothing. Like, no, I won't buy none of it. No.
So, Sherrie, if you're wondering, Manny has like 14 billion action figures
Yeah.
and carries around in a in a locked suitcase.
Yeah.
Carries around in his purse.
Yeah.
Just to
Right.
It's funny too because it was like, so we had a really big fire. It's actually still going on right now. At the beginning of July, like it was like the 2nd of July we had it, and it came probably like really, really close to the casino, and my kids are calling me and they're like, what action figures do you want us to take? And I'm like, honestly, I don't even know. I was like, grab my clothes.
They'll just take the bucket.
Yeah. They would have to take multiple trips. And they were just trying to, they were like, which tub
But
do
the
you want
fact
me to
that they
take?
like thought of you and was
Yeah.
like, we're gonna save them.
Nothing else. Just action figures.
Yeah, I was like, grab my bear that I've had since I was 5 years old, and grab my Jordans and all my clothes.
My Jordans and Star Wars. That's all I need.
Fuck
Is
yeah.
shoes
Yeah.
Right.
and my action figures.
So,
That's basically
But
Manny.
Fuck it all.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I accepted the fate that I was going to lose everything that day because the fire came probably like 3 or 4 blocks from my house.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was big.
That happened
And
to me in California once.
yeah,
It was awful.
yeah. And then another fire started.
And that's why I live
2
in
weeks
Ohio
later.
now. We have a spare
Okay,
room.
Mariah.
Yeah.
Let's not hype up fucking
Yeah,
Ohio.
let's brag that you live in Ohio.
Don't,
Mariah.
let's just not do that. I'd rather live.
I know you guys hate
I wonder
Ohio. I
what
don't
a-
get it. Maybe
What
because I
a
didn't grow up
murderous
here.
piece of crap.
I don't get it, but
Yeah.
We have a buddy who grew up there, and we give
Here's the
him
thing.
non-stop shit.
Yeah, when you're from the Midwest, Ohio is literally the asshole of America. So
well, I didn't know that. I'm not from the Midwest.
somebody
picked
in
a spot.
America doesn't wipe apparently.
It,
Fun
Well,
the
you
globe
live there now,
and it's
Mariah.
there.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say everything
Anyways.
is not as expensive out there for you, so that's definitely a plus. You know,
Right.
So,
Yeah, because California is kind of a crap
Yeah.
hole too.
Yeah.
I spent
It's
I
gorgeous,
spent
but it's awful.
I spent $55 at the grocery store yesterday, and all I got was 4 probiotic sodas, 4 Ghost, a package of bananas, and a Gatorade.
Are you?
That's ridiculous.
Holy crap. And I thought Jersey was bad.
Yeah.
Hey, Jersey is bad, Sherrie. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise.
Right. It's expensive. As
I was there 4 days and I spent like $400 on
Too bad you
just
couldn't
trying
go
to
to
eat
the gym.
one meal a day.
Like,
I know.
you were
That
right here by
could've
this gym. You'd have liked that
Gym
part
was
of
dope as
Jersey.
fuck. Gym was dope as fuck.
Well,
I mean, but where you
Speaking-
went was like, I don't know. Jersey's really pretty. I took Tyler into like the woods and he enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was
no,
fun.
Jersey is gorgeous. Jersey is
It
gorgeous.
It's
is
expensive.
absolutely gorgeous. It's just really expensive.
It is.
Did you guys, speaking of Ghost real quick though, did you guys see that they come out with a new flavor?
Which one?
No.
Like grape?
I know.
Ew, it's probably
Yeah,
gross.
grape one.
Huh?
Yes, I forgot about that grape one.
Yeah, it's coming out.
At least I've been looking for that berry. Berry one.
I've been
Yeah, I'm still looking
I
for
feel
the
like
berry,
every
the electric
grape
berry,
flavor is
whatever.
gross.
I've been
Action Sledge is just work, isn't it?
I've been stuck on the electric lemonade, the EDC edition.
That flavor sucks ass.
You don't like
Yeah,
it?
we were not.
No.
We were not fans.
Really?
Like, oh, I would say I didn't think it was as bad as Tyler thought, but we were not.
I just
about
think
it.
I had high expectations for what
Yeah.
people hyped it up to be. So my expectations were way up here.
Buddy of ours at work is obsessed with it though. He drinks
And
it every
then,
day.
yeah, and I was like, it's down here.
I feel like it has less
So-
carbonation.
Look, I'm willing to give it another chance.
We'll give him no shot. We'll do it
Alright,
tomorrow.
We'll do that. We'll do that tomorrow.
We'll do it
Yeah, I
tomorrow.
think-
We'll do it
I-
for just for you, Manny.
I feel like it has less carbonation, and that was like one of the biggest draws for me. Because I'll stir a spoon in mine to get rid of the carbonation because I don't like carbonation.
Ooh, I need the carbonation.
Okay, and that could be
That's
the
kinda-
difference.
That is some California shit.
That's some psychopath
That's
behaviors,
some
bro.
real California shit.
Like, no wonder why you and Mariah have been friends so long.
That's some real liberal fucking California.
No liberal, no liberal. No.
I'm just kidding. I know.
That's gay.
That's gay.
I drink my pre-workout warm.
Okay. Wait,
I
what?
drink my pre-workout warm.
He said, wait, what?
What in the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I don't like
know you
that
were
too
Warm
cold.
water?
Yeah.
Do you like put it in the microwave? Like, what do you mean
I'll,
you don't
I'll
drink
use
it?
warm water.
Like-
I'll use warm water when I.
Like, you make sure the water's like hot, not just like lukewarm.
Yeah. That way, it like absorbs into my body faster, so my body doesn't take.
Okay, that makes sense.
So my body doesn't take time to adjust the water temperature to my internal temperature. I'll drink it warm.
All right, Dave.
Okay.
I
You have
didn't know
no
that's why
idea
you
how
did
often my
that.
dad told me this shit. My dad said this growing up
Yeah.
so often
Yeah.
that you just give me like flashbacks. Where like it would be like playing like at like basketball, football practice, and like that. He'd be like, here's a water, and it's like, Dad, water's warm. He's like, it's gonna hydrate you faster. Go ahead and drink that one. They don't want no cold water.
Mhm.
It's like, all right, Dave, sorry you're in the Marines, you fucking asshole.
Hell yeah.
Your dad drank his own piss in the Marines, so his dad's a piece of shit.
Man.
He's an alright guy, but
No, he
him and
is.
Tyler go back and forth.
Yeah, we
Oh
have
my
a
lord.
fun relationship.
Dad will call Tyler like, "What's up, fat ass?"
Yeah,
things
I
like that.
Bald
Yeah.
ass fat bitch. That's what I'll call him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a loving relationship.
It is. It's a love.
But
It's all love.
so I do want to keep moving forward here, just like a group. Like we're running a group here, Tyler.
Yeah.
Getting off topic.
And I know
stuff.
Sherrie wants to get to bed at some point tonight.
I know Sherrie wants to share her crappy take. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Sherrie. I know how much you love the show and how much you just love everything. You like be positive and
I
whatever else.
mean, it was the best show ever. God, I don't understand how people hated it. No. I went in completely open-minded, like I do absolutely everything else. I was like, it's a show. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see. It was not that great. And I kept giving it the benefit of the doubt, and Tyler and I argued every episode.
A couple of them I got to
Yeah, you
witness.
legitimately yelled at me after episode
I
3.
did. Okay, I had a few glasses of wine that night, I think, but like you went hard, and it was so unnecessary. Like
What a
even
sinner.
Jesse agreed. Like I don't even remember what it was, but you went hard, and it was
Shocker.
not that.
Yep.
It was not that big of a deal.
Right? Who would have thought of Tyler getting
But hold on.
upset?
Here's the thing about me, right? Here's the thing about me.
It's passionate.
I am very open-minded, and episode
Right.
3
Passion is the
fucking
word. That's it.
Episode 3 fucking sent me over a fucking wall.
He was so mad.
I'll get it. I will get it. Okay, I'm not.
You watched it
No,
here,
we're
didn't
not
you?
gonna do
No,
it.
I
We're
watched
not
it at
gonna do
home.
it. Anyways, I didn't think it was that great. I actually did like the back and forth a little bit. I like a good backstory. Like, I like knowing exactly what happened and why it happened. So I wasn't mad about the back and forth. Yes, it wasn't necessary, but I was like, oh, that wasn't awful. I think my most favorite part was the half-naked dude.
I was waiting
That's
for it.
literally it.
I was waiting for it. I knew it was gonna happen.
Chimera.
They did pick
Oh,
a good
That
guy
was
for
my most favorite part.
Chimera.
Like, that lake scene. I was like, that's it. It's the best show ever.
Hold on, Sherrie. You
It's
have
like
to rewind
Anakin
though,
when he
because
gets out of bed.
Yes!
You were fucking.
Come on.
You were screaming over Mr. Anakin blew up the Death Star guy when he was working, like when he
Sorry,
had his
my
show
kid
off.
was
You're like,
making
oh
a
my
lot of
god,
noise. What?
Yeah, Yord.
Njord.
Oh.
I know. I give you a hard time. We've had
I know.
us men have had some good eye candy
Okay.
lately in Star
You
Wars.
had
So
Leia for how long? I got one guy for like 30 seconds.
Rest
like,
in peace.
Can I have it?
rest in peace, sweet angel.
Yeah.
Fisher.
I don't know. But, I mean, he was my favorite, and I actually enjoyed that character, to be honest.
Chimera.
Yord.
Is that his name?
Your
I
kind
don't
of-
know. I didn't even know he
Which-
had a name.
The
Which
black
one?
dude.
No. Ew. No. Okay. So going back to that, for a whole hot second, I did think that he had a nice little body, and then he started talking. And I was done. And then he died, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Dude, they snapped his neck like a little bitch too, and I'm not gonna lie. I definitely, I for sure cheered when his neck got snapped too. I was like, oh my god, that was satisfying.
It really was.
It was bad. I felt a little bad for it. But
So yes, I had a moment with him, but then
Come
that
here.
lake scene just. But see, I know him from The Good Place, and I was a fan of him then, so it just.
oh my
Same.
god, I completely forgot about that.
I've never
Yeah,
seen
it's
it, but I heard it's
Jacksonville.
good.
Oh my god,
I heard it's good.
no way, bro.
That's such a good
that
show.
just blew my fucking mind. I
It
did
blew
not.
Mike's mind. It's pretty
Oh my
fucking
god,
big.
that is Jackson.
Now you're putting two and two
It is
together.
Jacksonville. I say it every time.
That's so funny because like what a distinct difference in characters too.
So
Oh
I
my
had to
Yeah,
look
it
god.
just shows what a good actor
because
he
I
is.
was like, I know him. I was like, I know this dude. Like, I can't figure it out. And then I looked it up and I was like, it's Jacksonville. That makes complete sense.
See,
and then I was just
that's the
really
thing is-
excited to see him like naked. So
I had some of those same thoughts of like why he looked so familiar, and I always thought it was just because he like kind of looked like Ezra Miller a little bit. That and I hated the show so much I like didn't really care to look it up.
He did look like Ezra Miller though.
but yeah, no, it
Yeah, a
was.
little bit.
I don't know. Like, if they came out with a second part of it or like a second season, I would watch it just to see if they gave us more answers or like solidified any questions that everybody had. But I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna go and buy like the T-shirt or anything. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It wasn't the worst. I didn't love it, didn't hate it, but you know,
Okay, so
I just
I
like.
will say that it could have been a hell of a lot worse, but it
could've
was
been
pretty
so much
fucking bad.
worse. I was
Could've
really
been a hell of a
nervous
lot
for the
better,
last
too.
episode, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Like I
that
said, it
last
was-
episode was either going to be like what we got, or it could have just been nothing, and we'd have been left.
Yeah.
It could have been awful, and it.
Yeah. So
Wasn't
the show could have been a
that
hell of a lot
bad.
worse, but
Yeah.
like Soul was dope.
Yeah,
but
but then I
it
kind
did
of
my
like,
man
as
dirty.
much as I liked him, I kind of
You
like
kinda
at the
don't.
end was. Like, I don't know. Like, I thought it was shitty.
What the fuck?
He was weird.
All right,
It got
Mariah.
really
We
weird.
might as well just get in.
No,
Mariah,
let Sherrie finish hers.
No, let her
No,
finish.
No, I'm
I'm
agreeing.
not- I'm not
with
telling
her,
Mariah to
100%.
go.
Mariah's
Like, it
the
got
positive
weird. Like, it really did, and I don't know. Yeah, but I think that's all of it. And the witches were really annoying, those stupid songs. You giggle, kid. You didn't watch it. It was awful.
And then just fall over and die.
Like, what? You're witches, and whatever. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, anybody else can talk. What? Yes, the song in the last episode. You did hear it, right?
So,
okay.
I'm going to go ahead and just jump on because I have a lot that I want to say. The thing with me, I think it set it off. I think it kind of... The thing with me is that, yes, it got review bombed pretty heavily on Rotten Tomatoes before the first episode even came out. And I'm one of those people that's heavily on... Like, I'm on social media a lot. And I know before the show came out, it was like, oh, people were pissed off because it's a woman, non-white, male-centered show. I'd never seen anybody bitching about that. So maybe there was. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if there was.
Yeah, 'cause a lot of people
just
are
because of the
fucked
world
up.
we live in. But also, like, even if that's the case, it was probably such a small minority. So you had basically the fucking head of Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy. You had the fucking director. You had all the fucking actors and actresses come out basically talking shit about half your fucking fan base, talking about this ain't for you. If you've been a Star Wars fan for a long time, this ain't for you. This is for a new era of Star Wars. And it's like, okay, bitch, we're the reason why you fucking even have a job. Number one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're coming out talking about, every interview, you can, yes, the dude did say, like, Anakin blew up the Death Star. Okay, he may have misspoke one time. But to come out and double down on that shit, right? Okay, bro, like, you're dumb as fuck. Number two. And then, just like you could clearly tell their whole goal was just to push an agenda. Like, this was before even the show even started. So it's like, kind of going into, you're like, okay, you're here to push an agenda and not tell a story. I will say, the Disney model of their TV shows that they're doing, I don't know if it's the directors that choose this, or if it's like, this is what Disney wants to do, whereas like some of the episodes are half an hour long, because they even do that with Marvel. Where like, Sherrie, we watch it every week, and we're like, okay, this episode needs to be like 45 to an hour, and it's 35 minutes.
Yeah.
So it is, okay, I will, it's like, the benefit of the doubt is like, it is hard to give proper character development, but also I think a good director could, or a good writer could do that.
It lacked
in
a
the
lot
time
of
that they're given.
details. Like, it just skipped over a lot of things, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing I'll say is, like, I know sometimes I'll bring in like wrestling into this, but like, you're told, you're told like before you have a match.
Mommy.
Because some people complain. They're like, "Oh, we got a 5-minute match." If you can't have a good 5-minute match, you can't have a good 15-minute match, or a 20-minute match, or an hour-long
definitely.
match. It's about how you do
There's
it, and if you
storytelling.
care and you
have to tell a story.
exactly whatever time you're given, you got to make do with it.
Right.
And that'll be one of my things too. Is just it seemed like homegirl Leslie fucking I like to help people, rate people.
Yeah, let's not even get started on that shit.
Yeah.
My child is around, so just FYI.
I thought you had headphones in, so that's on me.
No,
But-
I didn't, but you know.
Okay. Well, that's
Just
on me.
that part or not.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it again. Don't worry. But
Let's just say that she was Harvey Weinstein's
Assistant.
so.
right, terrible human being. But like I said, is she there's all these videos of her crying and be like, "Oh, Star Wars saved my life, and you can like this show or hate this show. I don't care. It was my passion project." Where was the passion? Where was the care? Where was the anything that you said that you were doing or acted like you were going to do?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I kind of already said all my review, but.
I mean, and to your point with the passion, right? We just, 3 of us have seen Deadpool and Wolverine, right? The amount of, you can, like, watching that movie,
You can tell Ryan
Reynolds cares.
and Sean
Hugh
Levy.
Jackman cares. Sean Levy cares.
Levy.
They put their heart and soul into those characters, and that's what makes us like, that's what puts us on the edge of their seat. but also they add in like the nostalgia bait, which yes, obviously, right? That's how you get us with the multiverse. But like back to the Star Wars thing, I'll say this. I'll start off with some positive, and I'll keep it. I did have some positives about the show. Number one was Saul, right? But I think a lot of that was a lot of people watched Squid Game, and people fucking loved his character in Squid Game. I mean, I loved his character. Like, when I saw that he was going to be in Squid Game, or Star Wars, I was like, fuck yeah,
we
dude.
both got excited about
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah, dude. That dude's a fucking badass. And also the fact that he learned fucking English in 4 months to play this character, like, to me, like, that's passion. That's
Absolutely.
passion, right? Plus,
That's why I really like Soul.
he was kind of that Qui-Gon Jinn, fuck the council, I'm going to do the will of the Force type shit. It's like, all right, cool, I'm cool with that. Kymir was the shit. I'll give you that. There was some cheesy shit, like end of episode 4 when he just went like this. If you can see him on the camera, where am I at? Right there. He just flipped old girl away like this. I said, okay, stop.
I
But
like that.
he killed it. Hey, he killed it though. He killed it. And then the last character that really did well was Jackie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Daphne
Waiting for somebody to mention her.
Jackie.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
she was
fucking
good.
awesome.
I did like her.
She was badass.
She came in just fucking hot and heavy, ready to
Hey,
go.
and the way they killed her too, that was like the one of the deaths of the Jedi. That was like, damn, like Kymir's a G, bro.
Right.
I was like, oh my god, did that just happen?
That was
Right.
one of the
That
best
was-
fights of the whole season.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was
So-
really good. Like, as a little apprentice, she's a badass.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, that was a great
crushed it.
lightsaber battle in general. Like that was
Yeah.
sick.
Mhm.
That was one of the better lightsaber battles of the entire season. To be honest.
Absolutely.
It was him and her.
So
Fucking X-23 and
X-20, she's a badass.
hell yeah.
What I was gonna say. So those are the 3 positives I had coming out of that show. Let me go ahead and go through my negatives because it's kind of a lot. I've been thinking about this for a while, so bear with me here. Our friend Jesse, Sherrie, you know this. He mentions a few times that around this time last year, before the show came out, they released like a poster with a lightsaber and blood coming down. If you guys remember this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, oh shit, like we're gonna get like a fucking, it was being hailed as like a murder mystery, Jedi, Sith, High Republic, things that we've been wanting to see for a long time as fans. It's like, okay, cool, we're gonna get this. It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be tough to watch. It's gonna be violent. I'm here for it. The very first episode, and first off, you get Trinity from the fucking Matrix. You promote the shit out of her, and she dies in the first 5 minutes.
We're like,
Legitimately pissed me off.
thank God she came back in later episodes, because
Why did she
Yeah, in a flashback.
Why did she turn
Yeah.
her whole body to stop that dagger?
What Jedi has ever done that in the history of fucking Star Wars?
Because compassion.
Or a dagger?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but she could have just
Look at Mariah trying to find a
I know.
positive.
Fuck goddamn Mariah.
Cause
I mean,
compassion.
she is a Jedi.
So, on top of that, right, it's okay. She kills, what's her face? All right, I forgot the character's name, but Trinity from the Matrix kills her. The bartender says, "Oh, this is what she looks like." Oh, her twin sister who hasn't seen her in 16 years. They just look the exact same person. Oh, and they know where to find her, by the way, because hasn't been with the Jedi in 10 years. But then. So anyway, yeah, and then she escapes on some bullshit. Whatever. And then you get into the second episode with fucking Torben. First off, the worst makeup I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Okay?
I forgot
And
to
I'm-
say
Yeah,
that.
they
And
tried
I-
aging him. That was awful.
I'm going to say this as a fat man. I despise the fucking fat Jedi.
Oh my god, I forgot about
cannot
him.
Fucking stand.
Oh my god, I forgot about that
I
too.
said, bro, there's inclusivity, and there's also like Jedi would not be fucking fat, bro. Like this dude looks like a fucking. No, there should be no fat Jedi. Okay, that pissed me off.
Pon Krell was a
I
little
call him
chubby. But I mean,
Yeah, but he's a bitch.
He had 4 arms. So.
He had 4
Um,
Yeah.
he had 4 arms.
He did, and he also like moved like pretty athletically. I don't think this dude was gonna be able to do it.
So this dude. So then, like episode 2, what really bugged me about episode 2 was like, obviously you had the Who did I say? Jedi. What's the master? What's his name? I just said it.
Torben.
Okay, worst makeup I've ever seen. Then this dude comes down out of 10 years of silence and says, I know what I did was wrong. I'll take the punishment, and drank the poison and killed himself. Okay, so now let's find out what he did wrong. Episode 3, the song. Do I need to say more? The power of one, the power of two, the power of many. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I was legit. See, that whole episode, that's what Sherrie sent me over wall. Because not only did you have that song, okay, which pissed me off, you had, oh, you're going to go with the Jedi? I'll kill you. You're my sister. Yeah, we have tussles. Oh, also, I'm going to kill you now. And then I'm going to start a fire in a stone fucking temple. And it's going to burn to the fucking ground. Okay. All the witches are dead. Okay. And then you just dip out. Like, what the fuck?
Bad.
It was so bad. And then episode 4, you just fucking... Like, episode 4, you just fucking walk around an entire fucking jungle for the entire episode.
Yeah.
Which could have been avoided. Oh, and then also, let's go find this Jedi Master Wookiee. First time ever in history, up until, like, before old boy from Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. A Wookiee Jedi... Oh, he's dead. He's gone, and you don't know why.
Also, worst costume ever.
Worst costume.
Oh,
It was like a human being with a big head on.
I was very upset that his lightsaber wasn't made out of wood.
Right. Easy as fuck
Thank
to
you.
find.
Yeah.
The cliffhangers were dog shit. Because that was the cliffhanger at the end of episode 2, was when they showed the Wookiee and he scared off
Just
those
like
two
that.
guys, and he's like, "Roar," and then he just dips out, and then it's like, and then it's episode over. It's like great
And then
cliffhanger,
he's-
Leslie.
Just dead in the next episode.
And then what was it? So episode
out here using a
so
metal
episode
detector.
5. Episode 5 was where I was like, okay. Like Chimera came in, killed motherfuckers. I was like, all right, bet. And then like the dialogue between the sisters happened. And then the whole she bent down and fucking cut her hair off with a lightsaber and shit. I was like, you just took a whole great episode and fucking ruined it. So good job on that.
Right, and that episode was honestly great and perfect. It was like Tyler and I were both like, "Oh my gosh, is this
It was brutal. I
is
was
this
like,
turning
fuck yeah.
around?"
Right.
Yeah.
And then the last 5 minutes of the episode just ruined it.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously, you know, like I told you, Mariah, before we started, I'm watching episode 36 of your podcast. I'm a couple episodes behind. And you guys had said, like, or I know, Mariah, you specifically said, I hope that they don't do where Soul doesn't know that it's May with him. And they literally did that. So you're telling me
That was
they can't
so
they
annoying.
can't sense? They
Yeah.
can't sense who's with them? Really? So they ruined that. And then what's episode 6?
Bunch of
Oh, it was
dialogue.
Venestra. Bunch of dialogue. Venestra coming down with a bunch of random...
With her Padawan.
That Padawan...
Using a metal detector.
Oh
No,
yeah.
that was episode 7.
I thought that was 6.
No, that was episode 7. That was the flashback.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other
I thought they
flashback
were,
episode.
Was it the flashback episode?
So episodes... Okay, so this is what pissed me off about episode 6, right? You said, hey, here's this awesome character. She has a
That's what I was thinking
whip
of.
lightsaber. Let's show her killing a bug and never show it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bro, she thought she
Yeah.
cooked with that scene.
Yeah.
I was like, that's it? That's all we get from a whip?
That's the thing. This homegirl was hyping that up so much in so many of their interviews. I came up with this idea, and I thought it was gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
And I was so lucky that
Well, it was in the
Lucasfilm let me
books.
do it.
It was in the
Whatever else.
books.
else.
It was in the High Republic books. She's always had that. But at the same time, her wife was not a good actress. Venestra was a terrible character. She was just dog.
I didn't
She was
really
dog
like her.
shit.
And how many times are they gonna ask this lady if she got sick in this shit?
Bro, I couldn't stand that shit.
Like they asked, I think she got asked 67
Oh, I
times
thought it
in
upset.
an
I
hour
thought it
and a half.
upset your stomach.
Yeah.
It's my head,
Yeah.
and they don't explain why. They expect you to be like, oh, she was
She
a
just
Jedi.
gets sick.
She was a Jedi way seeker. She's just like really strong in the Force. So when she goes into hyperspace, she gets like these really strong visions. That's what fucks her up.
Yeah.
You know
But
that?
you don't know that if you didn't read 3 novels.
I'll say,
Right.
so they were catering to people that read them, I guess.
I
So like
had no
if she
idea.
goes, so if she goes into hyperspace, she gets these really strong force visions.
I mean, that makes sense. If she's like you said, like she's like a wayfinder, so
Right.
she goes through that and she sees and senses all the universe because that doesn't just block out the universe. You're just flying through the universe really fast. Honestly, I always kind of figured it was kind of making a joke with like Obi-Wan, how in the prequels,
I hate flying.
I hate flying. I thought it was like some kind of joke with that. To be honest with you,
droids.
Right.
'cause that's kind of how cheesy and dumb and like. Let's try to throw a hint of that I'm a Star Wars fan into the show. That's kind of what I thought it was, but that makes sense.
Yep.
Speaking of droids,
So
we haven't
episode
even
6
talked
was
about him.
basically just
Oh, we'll
It was
get into
cute.
it.
Pip was dope.
Pip was dope as fuck.
But every
But-
droid
But they
usually
ruined
is.
Pip.
But I was pretty sure Tyler was gonna bring it up.
I forgot.
Because why did they make our dude like to seem like he was an iPhone?
Right.
Like you just press a button and the factory resets him?
Let's factory reset him, and now he's
Right.
evil.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
His color changed to red. I was like, come on, man.
His
Get the fuck out of here.
he is the sonic screwdriver of Star Wars. From Doctor Who.
Sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, from Doctor Who.
Oh, and also you guys are gonna hate me for this, but that squirrel motherfucker, yeah, he could have died.
Annoying.
Basil.
Annoying.
Why do you need a fucking search dog? Just lead the way.
Just-
Hey, sniff this.
just-
Okay, lead us the way,
To
doggy.
sell toys.
Fucking dude's a Jedi.
I was just about to say,
Right.
Manny's gonna
That's
say
all
to
he
sell
was. And
Yeah, and it makes sense.
so, and I'm sure we'll get into this.
It's
but
Gen
like,
Z's Jar Jar Binks is what it is.
but one of the funniest things. What is it? What's that guy's name? Star Wars Theory or whatever.
Star Wars Theory.
This
great,
dude.
great follow. If you guys don't follow him,
This
follow
dude
him.
tore this dude apart. Like, you warned Saul that it was May, and you tried stopping May. But then when Saul tries to stop May, now he stops Saul.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what fucking sense does that make?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this dude has
Maybe he
0
just didn't want to
points
kill
besides to sell
me.
toys.
I don't know, because he's a Jedi. I don't know.
He's a dumb piece of shit, is what he is.
I'm real tired of Mariah trying to find positivity.
I know.
You know
Ryan,
all
save
these-
your positive for your fucking review, okay?
All right.
But that kind of makes sense because it's like she's technically unarmed.
But-
Jedi aren't supposed to, you know. Just saying.
Okay, really quick. Go ahead. Can we talk about May for a second? That's something I just forgot, right? Let's just talk about how this woman went on to kill old girl, Trinity. Pure evil, wants to get revenge. And then by episode 4, she's like, I'm just going to turn myself into the Jedi because this isn't right. I shouldn't be killing. And then after episode 5 happens, she's like, I'm going back to be evil now, and I'm going to kill Saul.
I need to find my sister.
Now, and their fucking motivations for those two characters were absolute dog shit. Not to mention, now I remember this too, the actress fucking doing that dumbass fucking dance, talking shit.
See, that doesn't
I'm
bother
so
me.
bored. Don't bother us
Doesn't
with
like if
that
they're actors,
discourse. or
like-
whatever.
What
No,
they
she
do on their own
sucked.
time, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Here's the
it
thing.
didn't really bother me either. It was funny. It was
it's
laughable.
what she was
but-
saying though. Like
Yeah.
she was talking shit about Star Wars fans. It's another thing to fucking turn off Star Wars fans. And then you want to
But
talk
see,
shit about
I
Star
think
Wars
Star Wars
fans.
fans
and
should be
then you-
used to that. Like, we all got made fun of growing up.
I mean, true. Still, it's just annoying.
It doesn't
I
bother
didn't.
me.
And then
I didn't either, bro.
We're
What the
too
fuck?
cool.
Yeah.
right.
Right, maybe.
I mean, Star Wars is cool where we were at, but
Well,
so yeah, episode 6 was basically spent in the that planet, and then in the ship with Soul and May. Episode 7, like we've already established, is just episode 3 with a different point of view. Okay,
Dumb.
we just find out that okay, she manipulated fucking Torben. She got into his mind, fucked him up. Oh, and then you find out why he killed himself. No, oh wait, you don't actually find out why he killed himself. All this dude wanted to do was go home. So he blames himself. Is that what you're supposed to establish? Like, you're supposed to get from that? What led to him getting poisoned? She corrupted his mind. She manipulated him. She entered his mind illegally, and then I want to say illegally, but like she just entered his mind, no problem. And then, yeah, and then episode 7 with fucking the witches thing where they controlled Kanaka, and then they just die. They all die. It's hive mind and dead.
Get out of him. Yeah, you're out.
And then fucking
Dead.
So why did why is Kilnaka hiding out? Like, I don't know. And then let's not forget that Soul is supposed to feel guilty for killing the mother, but yet he was literally watching her turn into a dark black demon looking mist, and also happened to look out and see the child turning into the same mist. And then the director wants to come out and say, well, I think that she was turning into the Force in a way that wouldn't kill her. Bitch, if you turn into the Force, you're dead. What do you mean? You turn into the Force in a way that doesn't kill you. So, in your mind, Soul is guilty because he saw a demon-looking fucking mist and killed it.
Evil space forced witches. Force
He
witches.
literally did what anybody would naturally do.
Correct.
Save a small child.
Correct. And then number 8.
Exactly.
Let's just talk about number 8 right now. Let's just talk about that cameo. What a big fucking waste of fucking time that was with Plagueis. I was watching it here. I audibly fucking screamed out no. Fuck no. This
It's true.
dude,
It's factual.
this dude is a fucking high-ranking member of society and hides himself in public, and he's creeping around watching a dude get undressed and fucking get naked in the lake. What's he doing? And that's what, like, Star Wars theory. He's supposed to be Darth Plagueis the Wise. He calls him Darth Plagueis the fucking the plagiarizer.
Yeah.
Because now it's already been done. Making life out of midichlorians has already been done. So that fuck was the Anakin, of course. Like you've already said.
Well, they said he was maybe, like 15 years old at this time?
Yeah. Oh, and let's not even... Oh, my God, bro. Let's not forget that fucking Keanu Mundy was in this fucking show when he shouldn't even been alive.
And they had him as a master.
And they straight up...
Already.
So he's just a fucking liar in episode 1. Let's not talk about that.
I was going to... Fucking now Yoda is just a
And now
giant
Yoda-
piece of shit.
Oh, Master, we need to talk. Let's not talk about her force choking. First off, bleeding the kyber crystal pissed me off, like you've already said, because it is a hard thing to do.
Oh, really?
And then you force choke. You just force choke. You just know how to force choke. That's a thing now. Like, that was supposed to be like Darth Vader's thing and Anakin's thing.
Just
Nobody ever has done it before. And then she's just like, I'm so angry, I think I can choke you with the force.
Just literally standing here like this, not even... so dumb.
Soul, and then they pinned the whole fucking murders on Soul. You massacred my boy.
Okay, the only thing I would back up with Soul is that I think Soul would have wanted that because of where he was with OSHA, but he doesn't want to blame them. But only because of how much he loved her. So I would think he would want
I mean,
something
I'll give
like
you that, Mariah. That's a fair take. And
That's the only thing I can think that would make that work with her doing it. I don't think she was doing it to be mean.
Legitimately.
I think she was just like,
That's a
he
decent
really
take.
loved OSHA.
The first
Thank you.
positive thing you said that made sense. Good job.
Oh my God! Jesus! Oh my God, dude, that was fucking awful. That was so mean.
I'm sorry. I'm getting into my hatred of the show.
You're projecting it onto Mariah.
Well, then you're really going to hate everything I say.
And then it's like how Mariah projects
Also,
our jealousy,
so like,
You're
just to
correct.
kind of
murdering our childhood hero.
just to kind of close my thoughts out, right? The whole, okay, so Plagueis is Chimere's master. The hand-holding thing at the end, looking over the fucking ocean on some unknown planet was fucking weird to me. You know, Leslie Headland saying she literally was trying to be seduced by the Force, the dark side of the Force, trying to make it sexual, hypersexual in Star Wars is weird. And then her coming out and she's had to explain multiple things.
That's how you know you fucked up.
Which is just a sign of shitty writing. You shouldn't have to explain it. And here's the thing, we're probably getting a season 2.
You really think so?
Yes, because there's a lot of people who love it for some reason.
Because here's the
it's
thing.
it's casual Star Wars fans. They're going to start some hashtag on the Twitter, and it's going to be like
On the
Disney's gonna be
Twitter.
like, look, guys, people love this shit. Let's just keep pushing it.
Well, this is something I was
but
actually going to bring
I
up
could fall
too.
under a casual Star Wars fan. Like, I'm not a deep. I didn't grow up watching it. Like, this is newer to me. I could be considered casual. I don't care to have a second season, and
I wouldn't
didn't
call you
love
casual.
it.
I wouldn't call you casual.
Go ahead, Manny. I thought you were going to say something.
But
For
I
the
mean,
ama-
in comparison to you guys, I would be casual. Like, I can't go back and be like, oh, I remember in episode 3, blah, blah, blah. No, I have to look shit up when y'all start talking. Like, I was like, what's the name of that character? Come on. Like,
That's fair.
for the amount of
I'm not that great.
for the amount of money that they spent on the budget per episode, where did
It's
it
180 million.
180 million.
where did it go? You know,
Yeah, true.
like
Didn't go to writing.
it's one of those scenes
It
where
was a
it's just
shitty
like
Wookiee costume.
it's like I
All the
don't
metal
know, like,
detectors.
and but like you said though, there's so many. If you have to explain yourself in interviews to get your point across, you didn't do good with your narration of the show. You know, like, even just to say, like, you could even say that May and Osha flip flopping back and forth to good and evil could be because they are one person, so their light side and dark side
They
is
can't
in
be the
constant shift
Yeah.
since they are one person. But they don't say nothing like that. They could have
Yeah.
had a moment. They could have had a moment where it's just like once they found out they were the same person, like, oh, you know, maybe this person isn't, or one of them's always going to be evil and one of them's always going to be good. But they didn't.
They're just supposed to be the light.
Yeah, they didn't try to
living
do
of both.
any of that. Excuse me. But yeah, definitely don't want a season 2. Put all that budget into an Andor season 3 or off topic. I'll go quick.
Season 2.
Did you see that Filoni is working on a new 3D animation Clone Wars style show?
I did see something about that.
He's writing something, and somebody said that it's going to be like it's going to be like Clones of the Rebellion or something. Is what I
did see something.
Yeah, where they're like, oh, they're going to follow like Wolf, Cody, and Rex around and get a bunch of other clones and free them and start like their side of the rebellion.
Oh,
I mean,
dude,
to be
that'd
fair,
awesome.
they did.
Like, I
They
would
did
watch
set
that
it
for
up.
Sure.
They set it up in Bad Batch.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
make it like to where they could. Do
Yeah,
that.
and they said
So, like,
Omega's
that's-
going to be in it. So Omega,
Come on, can we get
That
more
would be
Bad
fucking
Batch?
dope.
Like, can we just spend more money on
Yeah.
that? They're my favorite.
Omega, Ventress, and Quinlan Voss were mentioned as
Oh,
well.
that would be
Let's go.
That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And that's something I was kind of follow up with was that, like, that's one thing I have seen some people talk about is how, like, a large majority of the people who are, like, very positive or very much like the show aren't necessarily even people who are casual fans. They're people who have become fans since Disney has taken over.
Well, they love Disney. They're Disney fans.
Yeah, they're like Disney Star Wars fans, not like Lucasfilm primary Star Wars fans. Like how all of us are, who've been fans since,
Our beginning.
right, like even the originals or prequels.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that makes a lot of sense because, like, truly, even though some of those fans, some of those people who started with 7, 8, and 9, like, even though if they did go back and they watched, and read books and watched the originals and loved the originals, whatever else, their sense of what everything looks like is even more skewed because environment trumps will. Like that is their environment.
Mm-hmm.
This is all just like, oh, this is just past stuff.
Yeah.
This is stuff from before, not like this is the truth that like how it is for all of us.
Yeah. I think I said it in the last episode. I think it was the last episode or it was the episode before where I said we're getting too much Star Wars and the saturation of Star Wars is ruining Star Wars because you're not taking your
Just too
time
much.
to develop an actual story, to develop an actual plot and characters. You're just massively pumping it out, massively pumping it out.
It's kind of like Marvel Phase 4 was.
Getting the Marvel effect.
Yeah.
Quantity over quality.
Yeah.
And like, I understand it, but like I said, like I'll say that's the one thing I'll give to like Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and some of those shows. At least like those are kind of trying to point in one direction and building off of one another.
Yeah.
Like some of this shit, or like even like Book of Boba Fett, like even though it feeds in.
God, Book of Boba Fett was trash.
I'm still so disappointed over that show. Like it was, for me, I really enjoyed it, but I think it was just.
Mariah would like it.
I know. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I will agree with that. I did enjoy it, and I liked watching it, but I felt like it was disappointing. I feel like it could have been a lot.
I mean,
better.
I expected more for sure. I did, but I did like it.
You make a season 2 of Boba Fett, but what you do is a crime lord blows up Boba, and he's in the Bacta tank, and the whole series is him reliving his harsh life when he was younger, and you use the kid that played the young Boba Fett, and you show how merciless and how ruthless he is, and then you also show the moment that he decides, like, damn, I can no longer do this. And then maybe it would
make the Anakin effect.
It would make the first season a little bit more tolerable.
Show how he became that.
Because it was like no setup. It was just kind of like he didn't die. He hung out with all these sand raiders or whatever.
Yeah.
Now he's just good.
Well,
now he's just doing his stuff.
And something else that bothers me is all the different directors in one series. When you have 6 to 8 directors directing their own individual episodes, it no longer feels as one series, but it's just all these different visions of what somebody wanted to put in Star Wars for themselves.
Now, I will be devil's advocate. Season 1 of Mandalorian was great, and I think there was 3 or 4.
Yeah, but also look who had steamed it. Was like at the front.
Jon Favreau.
Yeah. So
I mean, Favreau still directed it, or like not directed it, but
guided it.
Exactly. Guided and helped and co-wrote everything.
I like. Here's not to cut you off real quick. I like Robert Rodriguez. I like his other films, but his style of filming shouldn't be in Star Wars. It's a B level, C level thrasher, killer type movies and shows. It shouldn't be in space, unless it's the machete.
Machete. 50 years sober, Danny Trejo.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
I will say, to the point of the oversaturation of Star Wars, I think what we're going to get is we're going to get the Mandalorian season 3 or season 4. We're going to get the movie, which will be a culmination. No, because we're going to get a movie. Fuck, dude, I didn't think about that. We're going to get a movie, and then we're going to get another movie. Fuck, we're not going to have no Star Wars for a while. Star Wars does need a break, though.
They do.
Yeah.
Marvel benefited from it.
See, Marvel, that's a whole different thing. Marvel's like, hey, we fucked up. Here's what works. We're going to go back to that. Yeah. Star Wars is like, hey, we fucked up, but you're misogynist and sexist, and that's the reason why we fucked up. So we're going to keep going the path we want to go.
Yeah.
You're a racist, homophobic, sexist pig, and it's white males who are the ones who are fucking saying it. So we're going to keep going down our path.
Star Wars is literally feeding you as if you had a stomach ache and you continue to eat Taco Bell.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair example.
It's just so good, though.
And it hurts. It hurts. It legitimately fucking hurts, though, to watch. Like, something that we have loved growing up loving so much, and something that we can see ourselves in, like, see the message behind it. It's like, they're like, oh, you like that? Cool, we're going to fuck it up, and then we're going to blame you when it sucks.
Yes.
Like, what fucking product is... And I keep going back to Deadpool Wolverine, like, that movie, like, Ryan Reynolds is like, hey, what do the fans want? Okay, bet. Let's give it to them. Let's give it to them. Everything they want, I'm going to give it to them because I care that much.
Sherrie's really going to like this example. It's like the WWE of the past 20 years. Vince McMahon was like, that's good shit. I've been doing this for fucking 30 years and I know it's fucking best. And now Triple H is like, hey, but
Ooh, it's
like
so good
I was
now.
in the ring and I was a fan. I'm gonna do the things that like I think I would actually enjoy watching.
Okay, so to that point,
it's
right?
getting so much better. Like I
Before
love
we-
this whole reference because like it was getting boring there for a while. Like watching
So,
wrestling,
it's
like I kind of
unwatchable.
stopped because it was just awful. And then now I'm like,
Me too.
it's getting so good. Like I'm just waiting for Randy Orton and Rhea Ripley to fight, and I'm just waiting for an RKO, and I love her.
I love
but I'm
Mommy.
waiting for it because I hope it happens.
Before we get to Mariah's thing, to that point of the wrestling thing, right? You know, I don't know if you've watched, if you guys into wrestling or whatever, but I know Mike watched it and I watched it. The Road to WrestleMania. It's an hour-long special.
I haven't.
It's an hour-long special on
Behind the curtain.
on YouTube. It's called Behind the Curtain, Road to WrestleMania, or whatever. And there's a scene, there's a spot in there where Cody Rhodes, everybody wanted Cody Rhodes to become the WWE champion, and WWE was like, hey, what if we get The Rock instead, right? Well, they
Finally have this opportunity,
we're gonna
something
have-
we've
we're gonna
wanted
have
for a
The
long
Rock
time.
and Roman Reigns go head-to-head at WrestleMania to be the world heavyweight champion.
And
And the
tribal chief.
fans came out and was like, no, fuck that. We
I
want Cody
wanted that,
Rhodes.
honestly.
And the
That's what I
WWE
wanted.
said, oh, the fans want this? That's what we're going to do because the fans want it. Now, how can we make this work?
Right.
And they fucking created like a fucking perfect storyline that culminated at WrestleMania. One of the best fucking wrestling matches I've ever seen in my life. I'm getting chills just thinking about it right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
people bitch and complain about fans. I'm going a little soapbox real quick. Like, people bitch and complain about things being fan service. But that's what fucking movies and shows and shit like that should be.
We pay our hard-earned money to fucking watch and see that
We
shit.
watch movies, we watch TV shows to fucking escape from reality every once in a while because life sucks, life is hard. So we just want to turn our brain off, enjoy we want to watch Deadpool and Wolverine just fucking stab and kill each other. And that is awesome. We want to see fucking lightsaber battles.
We want to see Cody Rhodes beat the dog piss out of Roman Reigns.
Right.
Right.
And I love
Yeah, what a
Roman,
fucking...
but good gravy.
Real quick,
That boy
I will
needs his
say
ass.
one more positive thing about the Acolyte. In episode 5, I did love all the different colored lightsabers in like the dark forest background.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That was
I
cool.
fucked with that heavy. The
That was
yellows
dope as
and the
fuck.
blues and the greens and the purple.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I do appreciate Mariah and Manny, you guys putting up with our. I think every episode we talk about Star Wars. At some point, I wind up talking about wrestling. So I appreciate you guys putting up with us. But no, like I said, I think it's a great example of this. Is like I'm glad you brought that up because you know this is kind of like I said, Roman and Rock, something that we've been talking about for years. Because Roman's been around since like 2012, and he's been a main star since like 2015. And he's the cousin of The Rock. So it's like, of course, like, hey, we finally have an opportunity to do this. But is this actually what we should do? Is this actually what needs to happen right now? Just like all of these fucking shows that we've been talking about and rumored for years. Like, is Boba Fett dead? When are we going to see it if he's alive or not? You know, when are we going to get some of these pieces? It's like, well, we'll take our time and actually make it actually happen and make it make sense. Not just force it because we have the opportunity to do it.
Hey,
you know?
you love Luke Skywalker and you think he's a moral compass for good and humanity. Oh, also he's going to kill his fucking nephew because he sees a little bit of darkness in him.
Yeah.
Okay, Star Wars. Oh, fuck off.
But
All right, let's get to
yeah,
Mariah's.
we just ranted so much. Appreciate you guys. But, I'm Mariah. Let's hear all of your super fantastic, great, positive things that we're not going to agree
gonna
with.
be like that. It's not like that at
Oh,
all.
sunshine and rainbows.
Okay, first of all, so for our episode on our podcast, I did rate it higher. I rated the show as a 6. But as I rewatched it, I realized I rated it a 6 because the parts that I liked, I really liked. Like what everybody's been saying about like Chimera and Soul and the fighting and the lightsabers. Like, I really liked all that, so I rated it a 6. But as a show as well, I'd probably rate it more like a 4, like where Manny rated it after rewatching it. I try to stay positive because you gotta watch the whole show before you can just get mad and be opinionated about it. Like, in real life, if you look at people, like, you're gonna hear somebody's full story before you're just gonna be like, you know? And I did the same thing with Andor. I watched 3 or 4 episodes, hated it, stopped watching it for like a couple weeks, and then I'm sure Manny probably talked me into watching it, so I finished it. I was like, oh, as a whole, when I rewatched it and saw the whole show, I really liked Andor. But I was that person, each episode, I'm like, this is stupid, I hate this. Like, so that's why I went in with this. I'm like, you gotta watch the whole show before we can be negative Nancy's, Tyler.
Yeah,
and then we get mad.
You gotta be present. You gotta be present. You gotta be mindful about it.
Hold on, did she just say Tyler?
Yeah, I said Tyler.
Every episode.
You're really the only one. Like, I at least went into it kind of positive.
Every episode you went off.
Yeah.
Off.
Okay, but I went off after the episode.
Yeah, but you gotta wait for the show.
I went off after the episode.
As a whole, you have to see the whole
I can't
story.
do that.
Then,
I have to look at.
but would you do that in real life to a real
episode.
person? Like, if somebody did something wrong, and you're like, I only want to hear part of the story, and the next week I'll hear the next story, I'm gonna keep complaining. But once you see the whole, you gotta see the whole story.
I mean,
and
absolutely,
then you can complain about it.
I mean, I would instantly judge them, and then I would still listen to the story, though.
So I will say, I don't think that's a great example for what you're saying. I think everything you're saying with the episode, yes. But when you meet somebody or you're trying to get to know somebody, you should process and react to each situation. So,
Okay,
I mean,
but I'm
like,
saying
yes,
if one thing happened, you're not gonna let them tell the whole story. You're just gonna get bits and pieces. You want to see the whole story and know the whole story, what he did wrong. You know what I mean?
yes, you're gonna stay present and okay, that was last time. Let's see what's gonna happen this time. Until you're like, okay, I've seen this person 8 times now. Let's find the consensus. And like, I do agree with that part.
To my credit, I did show up every single week, ready to watch and hoping. I had the hope that it would be better, and it never got better.
It drove me crazy. People are so negative and so mean to each other. I'm like, just watch the whole show, then you can be mean. Just get over with it first.
I let people have their opinions. Like, I would never talk shit to anybody.
No, I know that. But it was just like the whole internet. I didn't want to be on Instagram. I didn't want to talk about Star Wars. I had no, like, I was just so over it for that week.
It was pretty fucking annoying.
I hated it. But after the show, after the whole show's done, then we can all complain together, okay? Because now we all know.
I enjoyed complaining with you guys in our We've Been Betrayed group chat. I did enjoy that, but I didn't enjoy seeing all the posts all the time because it was kind of annoying.
It was just too much.
Like I said before, environment trumps will. Because if you buy into the hate, you buy into the negativity, then it doesn't matter. Even if a good episode did come out, you weren't going to see it because you're so involved and entwined in negativity.
This, like, muddled view of what it's going to be instead of just going in with a clear mind.
Yeah, 100%.
And like I said, after I rewatched it, I realized I rated it high for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I think that's fair though. Like, some of the good stuff was honestly pretty good. Like I said, I'll give it that. Like, Soul was fucking dope. I think a big part of it was Squid Game, and that he did remind me a lot of Qui-Gon, and Qui-Gon's fucking awesome. But once again, did him dirty.
And they soiled his character, but it wasn't the actor, it wasn't the character itself. It was the way everybody treated him that pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like I said before this,
like... we cutting off Mariah.
We did.
We've been cutting off Mariah with her review.
It's because I'm too positive. That was my review, though. I mean, I agree with everything you guys are saying that was negative. Like, I agree with all that. But I just wanted to stay positive for the show, and then afterwards get mad about it. You know?
And see, like, I know when, like, I said earlier, like, Sherrie yelled at me after episode 3, and to this day, I don't know what sent me over the wall. Like, I don't ever get like that.
That's why I didn't feed into it, because you said something in our little group chat thing, and I was like, oh, he's pissed.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen, I was like, I am not going
to... And that's the thing. I can't tell you why.
Like, I was even madder about his reaction, because I thought, like, I didn't understand why it was so intense. Like, it didn't make sense.
The choreography of, not to cut you off, the choreography of them singing is probably what triggered you, because you have you have the Night Sisters from Ahsoka. You have the Night Sisters from the Clone Wars and from a couple of other books back in the day, who did chants
And
and
they're
stuff,
badasses.
but they didn't do it that way. That was silly. That was You're trying to make these witches menacing, but you're also making them silly in the same aspect. So I could see you being enraged by that in itself, because it's like,
It seems like some Disney princess
yeah,
shit.
6 months ago you got 3 witches from Dathomir who fucking kicked ass, and then all the witches during the Clone Wars, and even the good ones that were in Jedi Tales of the Empire,
Oh, Tales of the
they
Empire.
still were better, and they had more character development than something that you had this fucking amount of money to build. And I was very upset with that. Like, as soon as I seen it, like, I didn't let, like, my emotions get to me, but I was just like, oh, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, it was not great.
I think part of it for me was the singing. Like, that kind of, I think you're right, it did trigger me a little bit, but also because of how dumb it was.
Yeah.
But just also, like, they're like, hey guys, this is an ultimate, and I love murder mysteries. I love, like, learning about murders and stuff like that. And it's like, hey, this is a Jedi Sith murder mystery. Okay, why is this one woman going around killing Jedi? Okay, she wanted to kill her sister. Okay, she started the fire. Okay, why the fuck are you pissed off?
Yeah.
And then and to be fair, like, they never even answered it.
I didn't.
They went, hey, here's episode 7 from a different point of view. But it's the same view. It's the same episode.
Another thing.
It literally-
Why did it make him mad?
Why couldn't they have used the same younger actress to be both characters? Look at her facial features in both of them.
Yes.
It took you out of the show of believing that they were sisters, when these two actresses you hired to be the same person look nothing alike.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it with Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
The twin thing. Like, all you gotta do is she has to learn the other person's lines.
And something else that bothered me too is they clearly made an emphasis to show you the moons, which was, I'll be honest, cool visual. That was kind of a cool visual, seeing the two, like the orange and the blue, and then they obviously put it into the title of the show. But then there's no explanation of why those moons were important.
Yeah.
Maybe one.
Same with they made it seem like the kid part was really important. Like when they're like, oh, we're the only kids here. And they're like, they know. But it's like, okay.
Yeah.
The moon splitting, maybe they could make it, maybe like the innuendo would be one egg splitting into two. But it's one soul.
Maybe.
It's one soul splitting into two. Yeah.
Well, I also heard that.
that.
I also heard, like, a theory that it's possibly those moons are part of the thing that got destroyed from that hyperspace accident, which created the virgins on that planet, because technically that planet should have been dead.
Yeah.
And it was full of life, and that's why the Jedi were there in the first place.
Yeah.
Using
But like you
fucking
said,
metal
once again,
detectors to find
we're trying to figure out, like, why they're there.
If they do,
What the fuck are you using a metal detector to find the Force, bitch? Like, what the
if
fuck?
they're gonna do, what they're gonna do with it, since they got so many complaints, is they're gonna do the same thing with Palpatine returning. They're gonna go back and try to rewrite what they did to make more
Which
sense.
is so stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, just write it right the first
I
time.
keep getting this feeling that I don't know. I just keep getting this feeling that Chimera somehow is going to turn into Palpatine. Like,
Because they
I
also
will
made it seem like he was
like-
really old. And then there's nothing about that either. He's like, oh, I've been around a long time.
Right.
It's like, okay, so how old are you?
Yeah. So
Like-
it's like,
And then how old is Plagueis?
yeah. So what?
Yeah, I'm like, what's with the age thing?
So because you can
It
put
is
your
turning so much to
because you can
non-canon.
put your essence into another being, but in the same aspect, like, I don't think you should do that. Like, I think you shouldn't touch the Plagueis book. It was very good. So
Because to be fair, they said that Plagueis shouldn't be alive at this point.
yeah.
So
It's like like I
I
always
am
say, why
They're all
shit
psych.
on your
It's not really
shoes
Plagueis.
when you're in the woods?
right. Well, I am gonna after this podcast is over to, like I said, I've been watching a lot of that Star Wars theory lately, and I don't remember how I came across him, but a lot of the stuff that he
My
says.
For You page got it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's everywhere.
Like a lot of the stuff that he says
bugs
is
me.
good, thought out. Like he doesn't come out and like talk shit. Like if he's talking shit, it's because he's thought about it and good. Like he's not talking shit just to talk.
He
shit.
does a lot of research.
He does a lot of research, and he gets a lot of hate for it. I think that's why I kind of like him so much, is because he's very knowledgeable in what he does and what he talks about, and then people still fucking hate him because he hates on the Acolyte.
Mariah
But
said
I'm
that
gonna.
she hates him.
I know, she just can't stand him. Whatever, Mariah. Anyway.
No, I said he bugs me.
but
I'm not
gonna-
saying that he's not wrong or he's not right.
But I'm
Just
gonna.
the way he talks, I
I'm gonna-
just can't. I don't know.
No, his voice is annoying. I will give
fair.
you that.
Maybe
fair.
that's it.
It's-
But like I said, what
he's
he
a little-
knows,
It's oddly deep.
he knows a lot.
He's a
But
little
there's something
pretentious.
about
A
him.
little bit.
Yeah. But I'm gonna send you guys a link to one of his videos, and I want you guys to watch it and see what you think about the creator, Leslie or whatever her face is. Fucking did an interview, and some of the answers she gave was just like, you know, she was questioning. She was like, "Oh, I think," and then she was already also like very possessive, kind of like, "Oh, this is my show. I had to fight to get Yoda. I had to fight because I told them this is my show and this is what we're going to do."
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, bitch, you're gonna ruin Plagueis, you're gonna ruin Yoda, you're gonna ruin Ki-Adi-Mundi, like all these characters who. You're telling me Yoda, the fucking Grand Master of the Jedi, didn't know that Jedi were dying in a supposed time of peace for the last 1,000 years up until the Phantom Menace, and he's just explicit in a fucking extensive cover up.
Yeah. I hate her.
Let alone that fucking senator.
I hate her face.
Who's?
Leslie Headland.
Oh, agreed.
Like,
I hate
Yeah.
her face.
She, I just like I can't even
Are
stand
you
talking to
calling
her.
her ugly on the podcast? Right
No, I'm saying she looks like a blobfish.
Just kidding.
Oh my
You know how they
god.
have that like
A
squished face?
blobfish? Yes.
Like, why is all of her face where my nose is? Her lips, her eyes, her nose. You know what I mean? Like, you know when you were, you know when you were, you know when you were a little kid and you would draw a big round circle, but everything was in the middle.
Oh no.
That's her face.
Yes.
Here's the thing: is her face is kind of a square though too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look her
Like,
up. Hold
that
on.
bitch got a jawline,
I'm
bro.
doing the same thing. I'm like, I need to see.
Mariah's got a whole jawline
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And let's not also forget that she was the special assistant to Harvey
Yeah.
Weinstein, so she's a piece of shit.
She'll
What's her
probably
last
be
name?
like,
Oh, I see it. Oh, she's
Leslie Headland.
yeah.
Head.
yeah.
She looks like a
Headland.
blobfish.
She has this. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a
Oh
weird.
Yeah, her
my
wife is
god.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You're so right.
Let's do this. Hold on, let's do this real quick.
I don't know if you guys see, but that photo definitely looks like a blobfish.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not pretty.
No,
That's funny.
She's not.
And at the point of like sounding like pretentious assholes and like sexist and stuff, but like she's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that she wasn't explicit in Harvey Weinstein's fucking extracurriculars.
Escapades,
Yeah.
adventures,
She was probably the one getting the girls for him, to be honest.
the adventures of Harvey Weinstein.
And fucking Leslie Headland. Oh, hey, Harvey. Hey, Leslie, I know you worked with Harvey Weinstein. Do you also want to ruin fucking Star Wars? Absolutely,
said,
Disney.
"Sign me
Let's
up."
do it. Here's $180 million.
I just,
Ruined plenty of people's
Yeah.
lives, so why not?
Yeah.
Money fucking laundering is what it is.
I gotta get out of this headlight, so let me move over here. They won't pay attention to me anymore.
Right.
Here.
They'll hate me for this, not for that.
I was only 20 years
Exactly.
old. I didn't know what Mr. Weinstein was doing.
didn't
Only 20.
didn't he have a
Girls.
didn't he have a door in his office that led to a bedroom?
Probably.
He had a lot of wild shit in his office. So yeah, there was a lot
Hey,
of.
look, I know you want that part. Follow me in my back office. Yeah.
Yeah, extra office. What a terrible fucking human being.
He's a piece of
Yeah,
shit.
he was.
Anyways, Tip.
Oh yeah, your
Disagree.
kids are there, huh?
You see See what I did there?
Good thing I didn't say what I was gonna say.
I'm sure they've heard worse.
Hey, we've been
I mean, they are
we've
my
been
kids.
subjective. We've been subjective. Nobody
no,
said
you're
like
totally
anything
right.
like what I said earlier.
It's like they know who me and Jesse are. They know who their dad is. So
Their dad, like.
I gotta say, guys,
Their dad.
Victor is one hell of a sexy man.
Your guys' obsession with my husband is ridiculous.
I know Mariah's probably got to go to bed because it's late. Mariah, do you want to do Star Wars conversations with everybody before you get off?
You guys want to do one?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been waiting for you guys
Star
to
Wars
ask. I'm not gonna lie.
conversations.
Wham, bam,
Really?
bam, bam, bam.
I didn't even think about it.
They do this on their podcast or their episode.
I've seen.
I gotta pick a good one.
Yeah, don't pick no lame shit.
I'm just gonna pick random.
The excitement
I don't-
for crisscross getting ready.
I've been wanting to for so long, dude. I just never do.
Put it on Spotify.
Bro, I
Things
get
are kinda
from work
lame.
and I forget to like do anything.
I know.
It's not in order anymore.
This is the one thing I'll say.
Oh,
I'll be
this
a
was a good
therapist, bro.
one.
When you get home,
We've answered this one before,
brain
but
is
they
fucking-
can answer too.
Okay.
I just want to
Are
play
you guys
video
ready?
games and not do anything else.
Oh, I know.
Boys, pay attention.
Are you ready?
I am paying attention. Yes.
Okay.
I'm telling my boy Tyler about how he got into grad school and get his master's degree.
Yeah, I'm going for a
yeah.
master's degree in social work.
Hell yeah.
I'm so
Congratulations,
Good for
Tyler. Starting his MSW here in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah. All right, let's do this.
Okay, characters. What is your favorite Darth Vader moment?
Ooh.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Honestly, one of my favorite moments by Darth Vader was in Jedi Fallen Order.
That's
I'm
a
not
video
gonna lie,
game?
this is a very lame answer. Yeah,
When he
that was kind of a
Oh, I
lame
haven't
answer,
played
but
when he kills the third sister and he drops down from the top.
yes.
Yeah.
Like how he knows exactly.
Cause that shit,
Damn.
shit was cold as fucking ice, bro.
Yeah, that's tough.
That shit was cold as ice and cold-blooded as fuck. So to be honest, like I said, that's probably one of my favorites. And also, one of my favorites is Jedi Survivor, which I'm not going to talk about that one because Tyler hasn't played that yet. There's another one too, but like I said, I know it's kind of a lame answer, but that shit was cold as ice, bro.
No, it was
That's
cool.
not a lame answer. It's actually a pretty solid answer.
Yeah.
The footsteps.
Cause you played it up, right?
I've never finished. I haven't finished the game, but I've seen that
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah,
So.
cold as fucking ice.
When you
bro.
hear his footsteps coming,
yeah, you
and
knew
the
it.
heaviness,
Chills.
the heaviness of his foot, and then when he falls down,
Yeah.
and it's like boom, and then it's over.
Bro,
Fucked up.
like chills.
No. What's yours,
Yes.
Mariah?
Sherrie, I'll let you go first. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah, go
remember
for it.
which show it's in before I sound like an ass.
It's okay. We can help you out if you don't remember.
Okay. It was. I want to say it might have been in Ahsoka, where he like just like destroyed. Like I don't know. There was like this big fire, and it was just really menacing. Like I just can't remember,
Kenobi?
but it was.
Oh, that was Obi.
Or
That was
was it-
Kenobi.
Kenobi.
Was it that? Maybe it was. Like come on, we've
Where
how
he,
many
like,
shows have
drags
we
them
seen?
through?
They all
When he-
just-
When he went through and like snapped that dad's neck and killed that kid, and then he
I
fucking.
think so, and it was just like this big epic fire, and it was just that.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Kenobi.
Yeah.
That
I
was a
think
good.
so. And then I do
good
like
scene.
that little
Burn Kenobi.
scene with the like Ahsoka, and it's like him walking, and then it like
It, like, flashes.
goes back and forth between.
Oh yeah, and the
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
with the
pretty
little-
like. that
When he
was
like
pretty
puts
cool.
his shoulders forward like this.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Incorrect.
And
That's a
it
good one
just goes back
too.
between like Anakin and Darth as he's walking, and you're just like,
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good
that
one.
was good.
What's yours, Mariah?
Mine, I feel like it's pretty basic, but I love the hallway scene of Rogue One because it's just so Anakin and so dramatic because he just turns everything off. just to be that dramatic, and it's Anakin, 100%.
No, that's such a good one though. That's such a good one.
And then he's just like, bah.
Yeah.
That is really cool. It just.
Yeah, so that's my favorite.
I would say, fuck, man, because I think with as much as we shit on Disney, they have given us some really great Darth Vader moments and showing how
Rogue One,
ruthless and powerful he truly is. Even in Kenobi, showed how powerful he is.
Dragging Kenobi through the fire and shit.
I mean, the stopping of the ship, fucking him fighting Reva, fucking basically just not even using a lightsaber at certain points. Like,
yeah.
I think. Okay, so I'm gonna give you two. I'll give you two of my favorites. All of Vader's my favorite. Let's just be real. But like two that stand out to me, not to be like obvious, like cliche. Not saying you guys are cliche, but I'm saying like the ones that everybody picked.
Yeah, you can share your opinion, Tyler.
The one is like from a comic book. I think I don't remember a comic book, but he's like when the like a bunch of rebels are like, Darth Vader, put down your weapon, and he's like, we have you surrounded, and he says, all I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men.
Yeah.
That's one of the fucking most gangster fucking things I've ever seen. And
I've seen that.
Huh?
So I've seen that too.
And then I think from fucking Rebels when he's fighting Ahsoka.
That was gonna be my third option.
Oh,
When he's like, that the revenge was not the Jedi way. Just that whole fucking scene is just like, oh.
Like I have.
Get you right in the feels.
That's a good one. Oh.
Yeah.
That is a
The
good
thing
one.
I'll say too is
Avenge his death.
I saw that before I saw the last episode of
Clone Wars?
Clone Wars.
Oh fuck!
So I saw that before I saw the final episode of Clone Wars.
That one just hurts, man.
So then, like when I went and watched Rebels the second time after I watched Clone Wars, like that fight almost made me cry, bro. That shit was equally cold as fuck, brutal, but also like made you feel all of the feelings.
It was very
And
emotional.
That's why Star Wars is fucking cinema.
And then obviously, the one that hurts obviously the most is when he was talking to, basically relieving Obi-Wan of his guilt.
Said, you did kill Anakin Skywalker. I did.
Yeah.
Dude. It's like, oh my god, bro.
So
What's
Give
yours,
me a change of
And
pants.
then I jizzed in my...
everyone is hit a favorite moment for me, and then another one that I liked was when he first meets Starkiller in The Force Unleashed, and all those Imperials come in, and he kills everybody to hide Starkiller in the beginning of the game, and their battle scene was pretty dope too at the end.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long
Never
time. But that shit was
seen
cool back then.
So
Honestly, just going and watching like the YouTube videos of it, Mariah,
Yeah.
like even just doing that is still does it justice.
Which also another... Oh,
Shit, we
I'm
just lost
here.
Manny.
I was gonna say that's another Sam. That's another Sam Whitmer.
Yeah, Sam Whitmer.
Sam Whitmer,
The GOAT.
creation, the GOAT.
yeah,
The voice of Maul and fucking Rebels and Clone Wars. All right. Well, until Manny comes
Am
back,
I
let's
not
do
doing-
another one. Let's do a
I'm
couple.
gonna dip out,
Let's have
y'all.
fun with this. Oh,
I'm freaking
I figured
tired.
she was about to go to bed, dude.
Yeah, it's like almost 11.
Kind of Mariah.
Alright.
That's okay. We can end it up. I said we do appreciate you guys jumping on with us again.
Yeah.
Sherrie, thank you so much for not destroying this episode.
Yes, thank you, Sherrie. Oh, there's Manny.
There's Manny.
I
We're heading to
definitely
bed.
did not destroy it. I can see
Yeah,
my
so we're all
number
about to-
99 the whole time, so it's not
Yep, so you did a
me.
really good job. So I did want to say that. I'll leave this on the episode. Please leave the app up in your phone until everything is uploaded. That way, everything will do it because it won't do it if you.
Yep.
It'll tell me to
Close
send
it.
you a code and whatever else, and it doesn't fucking work. So,
Yes, sir.
so man, like I said, we love you all, man. Appreciate you guys for coming on.
Absolutely.
Say we absolutely adore you guys. So it's always good to sit down and talk to you all. And
Mariah, you're watching Deadpool Wolverine this weekend?
Saturday, yeah, we're going.
Breakdown. Gotta do another break.
So yeah, we'll definitely have to get on and do it all together because obviously we
I'm
all
excited.
love talking together and all that stuff. So
Wait, Tyler,
I'm
we
super-
forgot one thing
What?
of Jesse's other comments, like before we get done about the show.
Oh yeah.
He said that he thought the show had some wonderful visuals, but the story and the characters were just written like a 4-year-old writing a script with a piece of broken crayon.
I mean,
Is this how we end
Fair
it? I
enough.
think like this is the perfect ending.
Yeah.
That's a perfect.
Fair enough, fair
enough.
That's a perfect ending right there.
All right.
that was.
yeah, it was that to end the Hater Ass Bitch podcast episode 29 with a very hater ass bitch statement.
Statement.
Saying
From
the show was
Marie
written
Crayon.
by a 4-year-old with a broken crayon.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. Listen, we love you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you guys jumping on again.
Thank you.
Love all y'all who are watching the podcast. Thank you guys for watching again.
Yep.
May the force be
Oh,
with
yeah.
you.
All right, y'all.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
We'll do it.
Always.
Oh yeah.